What's going on, YouTube? Your boy Ernest here, aka ERA, aka the #1 Miami Heat fan. Let's talk some Miami Heat. Guys, first and foremost, I want to thank everybody that showed some love and support to my last page. I see the new comments, I see the new subscribers, the likes. You guys are amazing. But let's go ahead and continue to grow this channel, man. Hit that share button. Let everybody else know. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Subscribe. Comment, let me know what you think. Let me know some opinions. Give me some questions. Help me out so I can answer whatever you guys are thinking. You know, I talk Miami Heat basketball, but I'm all in the NBA, man. And this is the hot time in the NBA, so we need to push forward. First thing I want to do before we get started, I want to go ahead and send a shout out. My last video, there was some incorrect information I had on there. It was about the All-Star team. As you guys were hearing me talk about the disrespect, because Mr. Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler were not selected to the All-Star team. That was actually an incorrection. While Bam Adebayo was not selected, Jimmy Butler was. But he basically told the NBA, if Bam ain't going, then I'm not going. I mean, isn't that the definition of a perfect teammate? I mean, some can say that, yeah, Jimmy Butler's just looking for the vacation, but all NBA players will tell you going to the All-Star team is an absolute honor. It's something you strive to be every year in the NBA. So kudos to Jimmy Butler, man, because we all see it. Bam Adebayo is having a career season. He was an All-Star last year. This year, he's averaging more rebounds, more points, more assists. You know, I'm not saying he's an MVP candidate, but damn, you know, he's pretty much close there. So I believe he does deserve to go to the All-Star team. You know, even though what Julius Randle's doing there with the Knicks, you got some other players out there that I mentioned last time, but I believe Bam Adebayo is definitely a shoo-in for the NBA All-Star team. So a special thanks to Carlos 360 Waves and to Cedric Watson. You guys are the real MVPs. Thank you so much for keeping me updated. Appreciate you guys, and your guys' support, your guys' feedback is what helps me grow. So that's what I'm trying to do. Moving on from that, guys, since I last posted, you know, the Miami Heat were riding high. 5-game winning streak. Even extended it to a 6-game winning streak. We were able to beat the Atlanta Hawks 109-99 back in February 28th. It was a great game. Jimmy Butler didn't play, though, so that sucked. Earlier tonight, though, that 6-game winning streak came into a halt. We did lose to the Hawks tonight. We lost 94-80. Wasn't our greatest game. You know, you had Bam Adebayo with 11 points. Dragic had 14. Duncan Robinson had 14. Hero had 9, and I believe Olynyk had 6. So, wasn't our best game, but, you know, you have some good ones. You have some bad ones. We're right there in the East. We're 17-18, I believe, 5th seed. So at least we're in the playoff contention. But if you guys see, from 4th seed to 10th seed, it's pretty much a game and a half. So you want to pull this winning streak, get a couple wins under your belt to kind of get away from that. You know, you want to be close to the Brooklyn, Toronto, and Boston teams. But, you know, we showed in the playoffs. It doesn't matter what standing we got. And honestly, I think we're one of the fewest teams in the NBA that it really doesn't matter what home court advantage we have. We're dogs. We got that hustle mentality. We fight for every loose ball. We fight for every possession. You got guys like Bam Adebayo, Precious Achiuwa flying over people, grabbing those loose balls, throwing them in. So this Miami Heat team is going to be really hard in the NBA playoffs. We've proved it before. We damn sure are going to prove it again. So I don't think, you know, there's any cause for worry. As I mentioned in the last video, guys, we're going to be there. I really see us taking that 4th seed. I don't see why we shouldn't take that 4th seed. I know we're close with a lot of teams, but we are head and shoulders better than a lot of those other teams. I seriously feel, you know, the injury bug has hit us this year, and that's one of the worst things you can suffer as a team, you know, because the talent is there, and that's been our problem for a lot of years, this injury bug. So, good thing that it's too early in the season. We can turn this around. We're right there in the playoffs. After the All-Star break, you know, we get fully healthy. We're going to make that run. And in the playoffs, I don't see why we can't beat any of these teams. Obviously, the hardest team is going to be Brooklyn with Harden, Durant, and Irving. You know, you can't deny that big three. But we can. We definitely can. So I don't see why we can't go the distance this year. But moving on from that, guys, one thing I want to touch on is some rumors that are going out there. I like to fill you guys in on certain little things that are going on. And one of the rumors is Victor Oladipo. It's not an old rumor, but, you know, it's something new that he's made it very aware that he wants to come to the Miami Heat. Now, I don't think a trade is going to happen. Free agency is most likely, and the Miami Heat does have enough in our salary cap to go after a Victor Oladipo in the offseason. You just don't know what you're getting, man. Victor Oladipo was a beast in Indiana in 2018. But, you know, he's awesome. He's having a very good year, you know. So I wouldn't see why not. But I don't think a trade would be the best idea. You know, you're making a trade for a guy who's going to be a free agent at the end of the season. So you kind of want to go in with the free agency mentality, not the trade mentality. Like I mentioned in the last video, guys, I think that this team should just go with what they have. You know, if you have a shot for a blockbuster deal like a Bradley Beal, you know, a guy that's leading the NBA in scoring that can really turn your team around, I say pull that trigger. You know, guys like Bradley Beal and like we did with James Harden when we were trying, that is a team changer deal. Now, for a guy like Victor Oladipo, if you're going to make a trade in the middle of the season, first off, you're going to have to give up pieces that you're not going to have anymore. So you can give up guys like Kelly Olynyk and Goran Dragic. That matches the contract. If you're telling me for Oladipo, you just have to give up Dragic and Olynyk, I might be okay with that. Because, yeah, you're losing a lot with those two players, but Victor Oladipo has been an all-star in the past, as Dragic as well, but Victor's younger. And you know he might have a better surrounding with this team. We might be able to go farther with him. Giving up Dragic and Olynyk is a lot. I will say that. These are two guys that in any given night can give you 20 and 30, and combined, they're going to give you more than Oladipo. So that's why I'm saying I don't really think a trade is necessary unless it's one that really benefits us. I don't want to trade Hero. I don't want to trade Nunn. I don't want to trade Robinson. I don't want to trade Precious Achiuwa. These guys are our future. We need to look at it that way, including with Bam. Like I said, I don't really think a trade is necessary at this point. You're in the playoff hunt. You know, you only have 3 juggernaut teams in the East to look at. You were the team to beat last year. Ride with that swag. Ride with that confidence. I think that he can do it. Our next game, our next few games, you know, the schedule is looking a little bit lighter. So we have something to look our head up. I think the Miami Heat can easily pull off, you know, a 7-3 to 8-2 record over these next 10 games. And that's going to put us over that hump. We need to go on another streak. We need to get out of this 10-4 ratio where any given night we're 4th seed and the next day we're 9th seed. We got to get 2-3 games over these teams to kind of be head and shoulders over them so we can go into this playoffs and know what we're getting ourselves into. We want to be that team on the outside looking at all these teams. The Miami Heat doesn't deserve to be in this plateau. You can call it cocky, but whatever. It's just how I feel. And guys, I'm going to leave this floor to you. I want to hear some questions, some feedbacks. What do you guys think? Do you think, are you in panic mode right now as a Heat team, or are you kind of liking the fact that we're getting it together since everybody's getting a little healthy? Maybe you don't agree with that. Maybe injuries shouldn't be an excuse. Maybe you guys feel that we've lost a lot of games that we shouldn't have lost, and it's panic time. It's time to go ahead and go out there and look for some deals. What do you guys think about what I said with Victor Oladipo? You know, let me know how you feel about him as a player. And guys, you know, let's go ahead and build this. Put some questions out there. Let me know what you think. I'm going to be posting, obviously, a few times a week, giving you guys updates, letting you know status. And again, let's give it up to Carlos 360 Waves and Cedric Benson for giving me the shout out with the Jimmy Butler All-Star situation. I appreciate you guys. Nothing but love. Everybody, thank you so much for the support. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And until next time, Ernest.